eContent defines digital learning materials which are specifically prepared for educational purposes. The criteria are specified in the eContent decree by the Austrian Federal Ministry of Education. Definition: e-learning and e-teaching. These encompass all forms of learning and teaching which make use of digital media. Blended learning, on the other hand, is a combination of the advantages of conventional classes and e-learning. eContent is categorized by its size. The smallest of elements is called an asset. So an asset is a single building block, such as an image, a text, or a simple animation. Several assets form a learning object. The assets inside an object have to be structured in a pedagogically meaningful and self-contained way. A learning module consists of learning objects and combines those with a pedagogical concept. It is didactically structured, including motivational aspects, presentation of content, small knowledge tests, and self-assessment. A learning unit corresponds to an entire teaching unit. It combines e-learning modules with a pedagogical framework and hints for class organization in the meaning of blended learning. And finally, learning units develop into courses, which allow teaching your class during a longer period of 3 to 4 weeks up to 1 semester, using the supportive electronic learning materials. A well-documented guided unit or course is referred to as a scenario. The idea behind a scenario is that other teachers can very easily reconstruct and use the materials that come with it. Think of it as a course that comes with a manual. The potential of e-learning. Advantages are more responsibilities for the students. It conveys information management, teamwork, self-management, and it can improve motivation. Possible drawbacks include distraction through gaming and surfing on the web, new methods of cheating, and disruptions due to technical problems. When using ICT, students take on more responsibilities for their results and timely delivery of their work. With continuing use of e-teaching, the documentation of lessons is no longer an additional effort. For e-teaching to gain a permanent foothold, teachers have to be convinced that it will make their work both easier and more interesting in the long run. Access. A listing of all available teaching materials in Austria can be found at bildungspool.bildung.at. Furthermore, these Austrian websites provide eContent: Bildungsserver Burgenland, ELSA, Schule.at, Tiroler Bildungsservice, Virtuelle Schule, and Wiener Bildungsserver. Access is free. Websites like e-teaching-austria.at and Schule.at offer services like news, events, information, content, subject portals, and more. At this time, eContent can be submitted to elearning.bildung.at. The submitted content is reviewed by experts, and if it is incorporated into the content pool, the creator receives a small compensation. Quality. According to the Austrian Content Decree 1 and 2, eContent may never be paid for and is reviewed by 10 criteria. These are: correct. The eContent has to be scientifically sound and up to date. Structured. The content has to follow a didactic concept. Emotional. Learners should feel engaged and motivated. Adaptive. Individual ways for students to learn. Interactive. Motivate learners to work with the content. Communicative. Encourage learners to communicate among each other. Reflexive. Learners can check their own progress. Explorative. Learning by exploring. Standardized, according to the IMS standard for learning platforms, and in accordance with the law, as in no copyright infringement. Web 2.0 applications are growing more and more important in e-teaching. The option to edit information with ease, as in wikis, now also plays a role for eContent. And last but not least, the use of Web 2.0 in education not only distributes content, but also connects people. The implementation of social software helps developing abilities crucial for the knowledge society, such as selection, assessment, and conveying of information. This trend opens up whole new possibilities for e-teaching, and with that, the use of e-content.